Yeah, how you guys doing? It is the morning disaster on a Tuesday. We are giving it to you. We are giving it to you, and we're giving it to you hard, the way Steve likes it. TITTAY Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah, brother. Are you ready, Steve?
I'm ready.
Yeah, how was the weekend?
It was just a weekend.
Nothing special happened for you?
No, nope.
Damn.
I'm a pretty boring individual.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that.
That's okay.
Sorry to hear that. I thought maybe there was, something else. I thought you would say something else today.
No, I don't.
Oh, well. Oh, well. Oh, well. Good old Steve. Good old Steve. My weekend was crazy. Oh, my God.
I bet.
It was nuts. We had,
Anytime you have to go to Chicago, it's gotta be crazy.
well, we had services and,
Oh yeah.
Services for my nephew, which I got to tell you, it was nice seeing people,
Right.
but the circumstances were so,
Yeah.
The circumstances were so sad.
It's sad though. These days, that's the way families want to get together, either on a funeral or weddings.
And then my aunt and uncle did a luncheon for everybody after the funeral service.
Right.
They did a big gathering at this restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what it cost them. Good Lord, it was crazy, but it was a chance for everyone to stop. You know, I mean, people were already saddened,
right?
But I think you're all cried out by the time. I mean,
yeah,
because there was visitation, and then there was visitation, and then the service,
right,
and then the funeral, and then they interned him at the cemetery, and and then, like I said, then they had a visitation where people could go and that's when it loosened up, is when people were eating.
Right.
That's when people were actually telling some funny stories, and
by that time everybody was
they lightened up a little bit.
Ready to eat.
It was nice to see everyone, but yet at the same time it was really sad circumstances. So my other nephew is getting married in October.
Hey.
So, and Micah, the one who was killed, he was going to be the best man.
Oh man.
But my other nephew, Matt, is getting married in October. So I was telling everybody, I said, we'll see each other in October for Matt's wedding. And, and it'll be better. And it will be much better circumstances.
Right.
And I was saying that to a bunch of people near, and my cousin Greg was sitting next to me. So there was a table that we were at. It was my wife, daughter, Greg's wife, and one of his daughters. The other one was sitting with a table on the other side of this wall, which had my mother in it, and my sister and my brothers, and they were all on another table, and that's where his other daughter was sitting. And then my table was, like I said, me, Greg, and his wife, daughter, my second cousins. I mean, it was just packed, but everybody was coming up to me, and I was saying, well, it'll be much better when in October at Matt's wedding. It'll be much better because everybody will be in a better mood. It's so sad now you can't get caught up,
Right. By that time, maybe they'll have time to grieve and move on.
I'm telling everybody that walks by, I'm going, well, I'll see I'll see you in October at Matt's wedding. It'll be better circumstances. We can catch up. They're like, yeah. But some of them had this weird look in their eyes, and I was like, okay. And so Greg said next to me, and he goes, hey. And I go, what? He goes, hey, Ixnay on the Eddingway. I go, what? And he goes, how do you know all these people are invited?
Oh.
I go, well, of course they're invited. I mean, come on.
They're invited. They're invited now.
And he goes, you better stop. So after dinner, we go over to my uncle's house, and we're hanging out with him and his wife, my uncle and aunt, and Matt's there. And I go, I'll tell you a funny story. I go, everybody was sad, and they were coming up to me wanting to catch up, and I was saying, hey, this isn't the right place. Let's catch up. I said, let's catch up under better circumstances. We'll catch up at Matt's wedding in October. And so my Uncle Steve goes, who are you saying that to? And I named some of the people I said it to. And Matt's face goes,
Oops.
Well, they're invited now.
Yeah, his face goes, oh. And it was hysterical. It was very, very funny. As I go, what? And I said, what was funny was Greg stopped me because he goes, hey, you don't know if all these people are invited. And I go, oh, come on. Because I'll tell you, I grew up in Gillespie, 3,000 people.
Right. Everybody knew everybody.
Yeah, and my circles I run in are people. The circles I run in are people that are, we like small town stuff,
Right.
Karen says Matt's going to send you a bill full of people you invited to his wedding.
I know. But so they go. Matt said there are 400 people on the list of
Invites.
Of 400 people that they put a list of people who deserved invites, and then there are people who got them and people who didn't. There's 400 people. 400 people on the list of could have gotten an invite and didn't.
Could have. Wow. Well, there's 250 of them still coming, even though they didn't get the invite.
And I was like, oh my God. And they said, I can't remember. They told me what it was costing a plate. And I was like, oh.
Oh,
wow. No. Dude, I'm so sorry.
Well, it's not open bar, is it?
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh, boy.
The wedding's going to cost. The wedding is going to cost a shitload of money. I mean, it's going to cost a shitload of money. And I just wasn't even thinking of that.
Well, yeah.
So they were like going to get a list. They wanted a list of all the people that I talked. They wanted a list of everyone that I had said that to, so that they could get them invites. Yeah. So I was like, I'm so sorry. At the end of the night, when we left to go back to Springfield, I was hugging everybody goodbye, And when I did, I hugged Matt. And he was already broken up because his brother You know what I mean? She's pretty sad. So he's hugging me and we're crying. And I go, hey, I said, Micah, it's pretty bad about Micah. I said, is that why you're crying? And he gives me that look. He goes, yeah. And I go, oh, are you sure it wasn't because me telling those people about the wedding?
Oh God.
He started laughing. And then after he was laughing, he goes, and it looked like he was getting ready to cry again. And I was like, well, sorry about that, buddy. So yeah, I almost ruined everything.
So it was a good service Saturday?
Yeah, well, I thought it was, yeah, I mean, I was, like I said, there was a ton. I've never been to a funeral where there was that many people, ever. And I've been alive a long time, and I've been to many funerals, but this was unlike anything I had ever seen before.
Right.
It was so packed, and the line of cars that left the church in Bloomingdale and then went to Wheaton was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. So I can't tell you. Who do you think it is, Steve?
Adam.
Who?
Adam.
All right, hello. Is it Adam?
Good morning.
Good morning.
No, it's not Adam. Guess who it is? Can you guess who it is? Guess who it is?
Can you guess who it is, Steve?
Irene.
Irene?
How did you know it was Irene?
Because you're the only woman caller that we have.
Oh, God.
Oh, my Lanta.
Now I'm mad. We have more than just one caller. How dare you?
Come on.
How
Come
dare
on.
you, Steve?
Steve, you insult me.
He insults me. How dare you?
How did I insult you?
Exactly. How dare you?
We only have one woman caller. I'm not saying
How dare you?
I'm not saying we don't have one woman listeners. We just have one woman caller.
How dare
The Ray Lytle way. How dare you?
You make it seem like no one wants to listen to my show. No one calls the show. How dare you?
No, we love your show. We love your show. That's why I'm here. That's why I pay $20 a month or whatever. I don't even know how many dollars. But I make sure that there's money in my bank so it goes through. You know what I mean?
They're very sweet.
Obviously, I like you dorks a lot.
Pardon me, because I'm eating cereal. So
No, you're fine. Eat your cereal. Cereal is delicious. It has like iron and protein and like all of the nutrition that you should have. It's almost like a multivitamin.
well, I have to eat because I work out directly after the show.
Yeah. What are you doing today? What's your workout for today?
Today is Today, what are you doing, Steve? He's
Nothing.
rolling his eyes like he doesn't care about my workout.
No, we're fine. Good.
I think he's saying I'm crazy and I'm putting him to sleep. I think he thinks I'm boring. Oh my.
There will be some shoulder work. We'll do some
Oh, you're doing like the bowflies?
We'll do some shoulder work. We'll do some rowing for the back.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do some ball.
Like the lat pulls, maybe?
We have the this gigantic ball.
Are you Chuck Norris? Are you doing like Bowflex?
No,
Wasn't Chuck Norris the dude that did like the Bowflex?
No, my trainer will take me through it. I have this big gigantic ball, all right, and I toss it. I toss it like this, to my trainer, and he catches it, and I'll do that, and then I'll do curls and all kinds of shit,
Oh, you're doing the fancy stuff. That's like new age stuff that you're doing over there.
Yeah, then I mix it. I'll use bands, I'll use weights, I'll use barbells, dumbbells, all kinds of stuff. So yeah.
And lots of balls. Are they orange?
There's one big there's a gigantic ball that weighs like 20 pounds.
I've got one of those on has hair growing on it.
On
No,
it, 'cause,
no,
like that
no.
would feel amazing.
I don't lay on it. I toss it. So he has to pick it
Oh,
up.
you.
He
Oh,
picks
you're
it
like
up.
using it as a workout thing. In here, I would just be like lazying out on it, like
No.
laying and stretching my back out.
My trainer picks it up and brings it to me, and then
Uh-huh.
he rolls it onto me, and then I take it and I throw it, and he has to catch it.
Oh, he has to catch it.
Yeah.
That's his job, is to
Then-
catch it.
Then he catches it, then he throws it back to me, and then I throw it back. Then I got to do like 10 of those, and I'm telling
So
you,
we're playing catch.
the ball is so heavy that it takes a lot to throw it. So
No, like if it's 20 pounds, that's a heavy ball.
yeah.
Like when I do like my arm workouts, I have like my heaviest are 10-pound weights that I
Yeah.
use. You know what I mean? So
10 pounds might be
20 pounds is legit.
10 pounds might be for a lesser person.
Well, I am a woman. I'm only 5'3", so give me my
I'm
10
just
pounds,
saying
okay?
that some of us have weights we're supposed to do that are much more than.
I'm gonna hang up here because my kid is getting all up in my business, so y'all don't need to hear any of that, okay?
All right, talk to you later. There goes the kid.
Okay, Adam, call in. We need to hear you from a war zone to make it complete.
If you want Adam calling in so we can hear you.
Yeah. Hey, it's listener Adam.
I see Fistina's also on, who took care of my pets when I was gone in Chicago, which was very nice.
Yeah.
Which was very nice of her.
Little Chester. Let him
Yeah.
outside and he shit 5 different places in the yard.
Yeah, I know, because Goose came in mode yesterday. Oops.
I hope he stepped in it.
Oops. Yeah.
Landmines.
Oh,
Sorry,
well,
Goose.
yeah. Landmines just flying out from the lawnmower.
You can see him now. What the hell is a phantom shitter in his yard? What the hell is this shit?
Poor Goose. Steve, how is Smoke Signals?
What do you mean? How was it?
How is it? Are you getting ready?
Yeah. Well, I think once Bubba gets out of the hospital, which should be like in the next few days, week probably.
You guys be ready to do your first test show? And
Yeah, I got 5'20" on ball, and listener Jeff Cole's on ball, and Bubba's on ball. They're all in.
all right, so wait, who's gonna do the show Smoke Signals with you?
It's gonna be 5'20" and Bubba, and then Jeff on occasions.
So you, Fat 420, Bubba, and Jeff, and you guys are gonna talk about.
I don't know what we're gonna talk about, guys. We've been thinking about just all of us four spend the first 10 minutes get really super high, and then just talk about random things.
So you guys are just gonna smoke a bunch of weed, you get super high, and then you're gonna have a list of things you're gonna talk about.
Oh, we're not even gonna have a list. We're just gonna play it by ear, just right off the top of our heads.
I think you should put out the list so we'll all laugh when you don't talk about any of them.
Well, we could,
Because you know damn well they're gonna end up talking about Cheetos or.
Hey, I'll watch this show to see Steve and all them get stoned. Fuck yeah. 10 out
I
of 10.
think it's gonna be a great show. I really do. Or maybe
Definitely
we'll
a
put
monkey.
together the list. Maybe we'll put together a list of things we want you guys to talk about.
There you go. That'd help.
Wouldn't that be awesome if we put together the list
Yeah.
and then we sit and we sit back and watch them try to handle some of the things that we put on the list while they're completely stoned? Because you know damn well they won't get through any of it.
Yeah, we will. That 420, he's pretty professional. Him and Bubba are pretty professional.
So, Bubba, who's hosting it? You, Bubba, or Fat 420?
Either.
Who's Steve?
I guess Steve.
Steve hosts it, but it'll be like I don't even know what to use an example as. There aren't any shows where everybody gets stoned and then starts discussing things. But
Right.
Well, if you remember back a few years ago, they had the man show. Everybody was drinking beer throughout the entire show. So just change the beer out for pot.
Steve's hitting pot right now.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, I just heard the lighter.
I don't know
Did you
why he
hear that?
tries to hide it.
Yeah,
We all know what he's doing.
he doesn't want to be on cam smoking, but yet we hear the lighter, you know,
Yeah.
as he's
And
lighting
there's
it up. And then when he comes back, look at his mouth. Wait, he'll blow it out in a second.
What? I can burn the shit out of my thumb.
What happened to your thumb?
Put it over the end of my pipe. Bumped it with a lighter.
Yeah. Sorry to hear that.
By the way, Steve, how's your ass looking from that bleaching?
I don't know. It's probably working pretty good. I haven't watched it. I mean, like I said, I've continued to do the therapy. I've just been squeezing the stuff onto the corner of my dresser and then using the corner of my dresser to apply the cream into my anus hole.
What? That's how you're putting the cream on your anus? Is
Yes. I put a big old knob on the corner of the dresser, you know. I rub it. Spread
so
my
you
butt
you
cheeks.
put the ass bleach cream on the corner of your dresser,
Yeah.
and then you back your ass up against the corner and spread your cheeks.
I backed that ass up on that baby.
Oh God, I'm trying to try.
God.
And then you that's how you're getting it in there.
I have, yeah. That way I can hold my butt cheeks with both hands and I
Right.
can get plenty of penetration.
Oh God!
But
It
you
is
know
too
it's
fucking
hitting the
morning for this visual.
Well, yeah,
but you
because
know it's hitting the anus.
when I let go of his cheeks and I kind of move it up and down
Right.
like this, and then I step away and the cream's gone off the dresser. It just
Right.
leaves a little greasy stain. So,
But you know you could feel it. You feel it against your anus
yeah.
hole. I mean,
oh, definitely. Definitely.
so that's how you're getting your ass bleached.
I'm
So
so
I wondered-
glad.
I don't have.
I was wondering if you want me to
I
send
hit-
Tyler over. Again.
I've still got PTSD from the last time I
I could
saw
send
that
him over
purple
again
ass.
just to give you the old once over, Steve.
Ugh.
Check the progress.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna
So
have
I
to start
have-
putting your old laundry away.
That's a good idea.
I'm not going near your fucking dresser anymore.
That's a good idea. We should send Tyler by Thursday
I gotta work.
just to give an update. You know.
I gotta work, and I'm on night shift, unfortunately. So
That's a good idea, Brent. I do have
Or maybe Big D.
oh, Big D would love to see that ass. Seriously.
I don't know what that noise is, but
I don't either. Not
It's
me.
TJ. Blame him.
goddamn TJ.
Fucking driving.
I don't know where the hell he's driving at.
For
Heard
somebody
someone
that-
wishing a happy birthday or something going on.
For somebody that's supposed to be retired, sure works a lot. Jeez.
Yeah, very.
I didn't think that was bleeding over. It was my boss.
Oh.
I just got deviated
Yeah,
from
no,
St. Louis. Now I got Mattoon.
Now you what?
I just got
I couldn't
deviated
hear
from the
anything he
trip
said.
to St. Louis. I have to go to Mattoon.
Oh, Mattoon's a good place to go. They got good weed, Mattoon.
I cannot bring back weed in a commercial vehicle.
Yeah, that's it.
The Mattoon gasser.
Smuggle it back in your ass.
That's Steve's
There's
main
been
thing
enough,
is weed.
Oh my
there's been enough ass play on this show for a while.
I want someone to TJ. Maybe you could do it. Someone to get over and look at. Someone to get over and look at Steve. Look at Steve's ass on Thursday night to make sure that it's changing to the right color.
Got it.
I gotta work.
Got it.
Help me out.
Maybe, Christina. That sounds like
She is the cleaning lady.
No.
Oh my god.
maybe we'll send Goose over.
Steve
That's a
did
good idea.
suggest Goose last time.
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking that's a good one. I was gonna, Goose went to the funeral this weekend, and so after the cemetery, we all go over to the lunch that they were having, right? So we all go over to lunch, and there's there was a big inside this restaurant. There was rooms off the main part of it that they had converted into, because there had to be at least so many hundred people from the funeral that showed up for the restaurant to eat, right? And Goose goes in, finds his table he's going to sit at, sits down, says, "Oh, hi" to everybody, and then he gets up and goes right to the bar.
Imagine that.
Goes right to the bar. And then he hung out in the bar. The rest of the time, he just hung out at the bar.
Oh
He
Lord.
was chugging, putting his arm around people. I haven't seen you in years. Hold on. Give me 2 shots. One for me and one for my third cut. However the hell we're related. Yeah. He was drinking like a, like a fish. So my other brother, so here's how they went up, by the way. Here's my family. They left at 4:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Because they decided they're going to take my mom. And the thing with taking, this is how my brother Bodine put it. You can't take mom because then she takes over the whole thing.
I don't
Okay.
like that.
So he goes, she takes over everything. Because they were going to go up, all of them. And then they were going to, and it was my brother Foon, Bo, Goose, and my mom. That's who eventually went. But they were going to go. And the plan that they came up with was, okay, let's get everyone ready, and then we'll leave like 6:30. We'll leave 6:30, which would put them in the northwest suburbs by 9:30. Which would put them there around 9:30, and they'd be fine for everything, right? Then my mom gets in charge because she gets involved. And she decided to leave at 4. She decided to leave at 4. And he's like, so we went from waking up at, like 5:30, getting up, getting dressed, and then heading over to when my mom got involved. Now they all had to get up at like 3:30 in the morning.
Jesus.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? They go over. When you leave at 4 in the morning, there's no traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So they made it up to Chicago in like 2 hours, and they made it up to Chicago in record time. Except like they were saying, they go, the visitation wasn't even starting until 9 something. So they literally got up there. They got up there almost 3 hours early. Yeah, they get up there. They get up there like 2 hours early or whatever. Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Yeah. So, meanwhile, we left it. We left like 7 or 6:30 or whatever time we left. But we got there, you know.
Right.
The only thing is, it was raining when we were going up, and my wife was driving. Oh my God, I'm not used to that. Because for our home marriage, I've driven everywhere. So, but now I can't. Me driving for 3 hours isn't going to happen. That is not going to happen. And yeah, so I'm driving to get there, and or you know, there's no way I couldn't drive, so she drove. It's horrifying.
At least you guys didn't
Horrifying right in that passenger seat.
At least you guys didn't have to deal with bad traffic there at Joliet.
No, but we got some traffic, but we got construction, you know.
Right. Yeah, that's.
So we had rain and construction. That sort of sucked. But we still got there. We still got there at like 10. So we got there at like 10:30, I think.
Right.
But the funeral itself wasn't starting till 11. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we got there in time for all that. We weren't like Bodine and Foon and my mom and Goose. It wasn't like that because by the time the Bodine was dead tired by the time the funeral started.
Oh, I bet.
My brother Foon, who wore sweatpants. I'm sorry. They were fancy. They were fancy sweatpants.
Exactly. I have those.
Fancy sweatpants.
Yes.
They were,
oh my God.
They were some kind of fancy sweatpants and some sort of fancy hoodie.
No, I don't have a hoodie. I have a dress shirt.
Who the hell wears sweatpants and a hoodie to a funeral?
My brother Foon.
Idiot.
Oh,
I wear sweatpants, but not a hoodie.
As TJ says, an idiot. That's who does it. An idiot does it.
Oh my God.
Yep.
I call it as I see it.
I went to a funeral yesterday. There was no one in sweatpants or a hoodie.
I hope he dies before me.
You hope he dies, but you hope everybody dies before you.
Why are you hoping
I don't want him wearing sweatpants to my funeral. That's what I'm saying. So, you know.
That's a good argument.
Like I didn't wear a suit. But I wore, you know.
You dress nice though.
Oh yeah, I wore dress pants. I gotta be honest, the first time I worn dress pants. Shit, I can't remember the last time I wore dress pants.
Last funeral, right? That's about me. Last time I wore dress pants was last.
You know what? Probably Goose's wedding.
At funeral wedding.
Yeah.
That's been a while.
Which didn't turn into a funeral until 2 years after the wedding. But that was probably the last time I wore dress pants. Now that I think about it, I mean, the only time I wore them were if I was getting an award or going to a wedding or a funeral. That's it. And usually it's such a pain in the ass to go, you know what I mean? When I go, because of the wheelchair and all this bullshit that has to be involved and, you know. But I wore dress slacks. And then I had that black my black button-down shirt. Looked really good. And then I had a tie and stuff, but I decided, nah, I don't need the tie or the jacket, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I looked good with the shirt, the dark shirt and the dress pants, you know. So yeah. I'll have to wait and see. I'm sure my mother had comments. I'll wait and see what.
Boy.
I guess she's mad at me because I haven't talked to her since the funeral.
Well, the funeral was Saturday.
Oh,
Yeah. And Goose said she's mad at me.
Because you didn't go up early.
No, that's one. Two is they got that big table for us. Okay. So we walk into that restaurant. And my mom's got a table for us, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she's at the head of the table. Head of the table. And then there was her and then my sister and my cousin. And then Foon and Bodine. Goose's space. And then there was my niece, Foon's daughter. There was a couple of people I didn't know. Then there was my cousin's daughter. Okay. And they were all sitting there, right? Along with my niece's daughter. Or one of my niece's daughters. Okay. And so there were no cheer. So Mom goes, well, you're right there. And so I kind of go to the other side, head of the head of the table of the other side of the table. Except there's no table for my wife. There's no seat for my wife or my daughter. And so my cousin's daughter Leo was saying, well, let us see if we could find a chair so you could sit with us, Bella. You know, because she and Bella are really close.
Right.
So they start looking for a chair for her. And so there's not enough seats. There's no seat for Deidre at all. So, and I'm like, and I go, well, maybe this isn't the place to sit. And right when I was saying that, my cousin Buddha comes around the corner. And he goes, hey, we snagged another table right on the other side of the wall. He goes, and it's wide open. He goes, I saved seats for you guys. He goes, I saved 4 seats for you. There was only 3 of us. So I go, oh, great. We'll go in there. So, my wife grabbed my wheelchair immediately. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we start heading in there. And my mom sort of looked over and, she looked over and went, what the hell are they doing? But as we walked around, and so I was like, well, maybe she's looking over, realizing, well, I guess they decided they wanted their own seats, instead of having to stand for dinner. Because there weren't seats at her table,
No. Mm-hmm.
But I guess, according to Goose, she got mad that we left.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you had no seat for Deidre.
There was no seats for my family.
Right.
So what the hell?
Right.
Where the hell, where the hell did you expect me to sit?
Would you have rather sat there with your mom or go hang out with Buddha, your cousin, who I know you're really close to?
Yeah, I mean, I would go to where there was availability. Of course, I could talk to my brothers and my sister, and
You can talk to him anytime.
yeah, and my mom. Of course, I would talk to them. But Buddha had a table, and at his table was him and his wife, his other daughter, not the one that was sitting with my mom, but his other daughter Sarah. 3 of our second cousins, all right, who are my mom's first cousins, by the way. They chose to sat with Buddha, not her. So I'm just saying. She got angry because I went and sat with, because I went in there. But the reason I chose to sit in there is because there was no seat for my wife and daughter.
Right.
Which is a valid point too.
And I wanted to sit by my wife and daughter. I didn't want,
Yeah.
So there's your answer. I wanted to sit with my family, my wife and my daughter. So I didn't want to, I didn't want to be in one part of the restaurant and have them in another part. You know what I mean? I like to have us together. So didn't matter which table I sat at as long as I had my wife and daughter with me.
Right.
So we went and sat down, and it was me, my wife, Bella, my cousin's other daughter, Tori, who's really good friends with Bella. They're the same age, and she was with us. So there was her, and then her mom was sitting with my mom at that table, but she was with us. She sat, and then there was Greg, and then Greg's daughter, and his wife, and we were all,
Right.
So there wasn't any kind of, there was certainly no, there was no conspiracy against my mother.
No.
Right.
But
Which she think there is.
Goose was like, Mom's mad. I go, well, why's she mad? Because because of what you chose to go sit with strangers.
Strangers.
Maybe strangers.
Oh my
You
god.
would rather sit with strangers instead of your own family. I go, no, I sat with my family. So
Didn't you and Buddha work together in Peoria?
yeah, listen. Here's my family. My family's a big Mexican family, right?
Right.
Like I said, you got second cousins who are just like first cousins who are. It's just a big family.
We don't even call first seconds. Everybody's cousins.
Yeah, everybody's cousins,
Yeah.
right? They just
Yeah.
are. So I don't. In fact, I don't even know. Like my daughter says, she just knows people, and like there was my cousin Mark, my cousin Diana, my cousin Cynthia, but they're technically second cousins.
Mhm.
But yet, in my eyes, they're just my cousins. You know what I
Right.
mean? I don't know. So, and then, like I said, there is my cousin Greg, his daughters, who I consider as my nieces. Technically, they're not my nieces.
Right.
They're technically my Uncle Steve. His sons, in my eyes, they're my nephews.
Right. Right.
But they're technically second cousins. Yeah. But like I said, I don't, which I considered Micah a nephew.
Right.
And I consider Matt my nephew, even though they're not. But, because I consider Steve's only 4 years older than me or something, 4 or
Right.
5 years older than me. So I've always considered him a brother. Greg, Buddha, is only 5 years younger than me or 4 years younger than me or something. So I've always considered him a brother.
Mhm.
So that's just how my family is, you know. My cousin Kim, we've always considered her more like a sister.
Right.
So, you know, that's just how big the family is. But my mother was somehow offended. So because of that.
I don't get. I mean, you want to sit with your families. They should have made room for your family.
Yes. So Goose Goose says, "Oh, Mom's mad." I'm like, oh, Jesus. So mad. She's mad.
Hey, bud. Mom's mad at you.
Hey, bud.
Hey, bud.
I tried to clean it up for you. How'd you clean it up, Goose? Drinking at the bar?
Yeah, so you go and sit with your family. Meanwhile,
Goose is like the family's Harry Carey.
Hey!
Come on over. Hey, how you doing?
You go and sit with your
Hey,
family.
this is my cousin. Hey, 2 shots on him. 2 shots. What? Oh, you got your wife with you? 3 shots. Three. I make it 4. 2 for you, 2 for me. He was getting so bombed. So my brother Foon was pissed off because when they left at 4:30 in the morning, when they left at 4:30 in the morning, they get in there. My mom is already asleep before they even leave the driveway. You know.
So what's that plan?
It's 4:30. She's sleeping, right? Bodine says, "Well, I guess I'll drive." So he gets in the driver's seat, and Goose says, "Hey, don't worry. Me and Foon will keep you awake, Bodine."
Boom fell asleep, or Goose
All
fell
right.
asleep.
So Foon gets in the passenger seat. Goose gets in the seat behind Bodine, right in the back seat. And he goes, "Hey, don't worry. Foon and I'll keep you awake, Bo. We'll get going." So Bo starts driving. So they get out of Chatham because my mom lives in Chatham, and they took her car. Because I think Bo was like, "Well, fuck it. I'm not paying for the gas. It's not going to be my gas." You know what I mean? So he pulls off on he gets in the 55. He gets on the interstate, right? So he starts heading up to Chicago, and he's not even to the exit for Steve and Christina's, and not even that exit that you guys are at yet.
Oh,
right?
what did you do?
They're not even there. Goose is joined in on the snoring. And my brother Rick Foon's like, "Son of a bitch." Now I got to stay up and keep him awake. So Foon has to talk the whole way up to keep Bodine awake, right?
Right.
And so he's driving all the way to Chicago with Foon keeping him awake. So then he goes all through the funeral service and everything. He's awake. But the whole thing is, Goose says, when they're leaving to go up there, Goose says, "Listen, I'll drive home." He goes, "I'll drive home." So he goes, "You guys just take it easy up there." And so Foon's like, "Well, at least Goose will drive home." And Bo is pretty tired, you know.
Yeah.
As the event goes on, he gets pretty tired. And so, like I said, Bodine drives them up there. Foon is talking the whole way to keep Bodine awake to get him up there to Chicago for the funeral. And then Goose says, "I'll drive home. I'll drive home. Don't worry about it, guys. I'll drive home." And then as soon as they got to the restaurant, like I said, everybody was getting their seats in the restaurant. Goose is like, "Hey," he's at the bar. "Hey,
A shot.
hey, it's my cousin. Get over here, you son of a bitch. Get over here. Hey, 1, 2, 3. Hey, 7 shots. What, you're not going to stay? Oh, that's all right. We'll take care. 7 shots." And my brother Foon Foon's sitting there eating, right? And the whole time he's eating, he's going, well, at least I'll sleep in the fucking car. You know what I mean? I'll sleep in the car on the way home. Because Bodine was falling asleep at dinner, so they could tell he was
No way he's driving back.
yeah, he's not driving back. Plus, I asked Bodine, I said, how you doing? I kept asking him how he was doing because he lost his son. He lost Joshua when Joshua was, I think, 4.
Oh, wow.
That's when Joshua died. So I knew for Bo it was going to be a pretty tough funeral,
Right.
So I kept out. He said he was doing fine and stuff, but you could just tell he was affected, And like I said, he was ready to catch a nap on the way home. So my brother Food is sitting at the table, I guess. And he was just thinking to himself, well, we'll get in the car. Goose will drive. And I could nap finally in the car, right? So he's sitting there and he goes, hey, where's anybody seen Goose? And everybody's like, I don't know where he went. Anybody seen Goose? So these people go up to the bar, right? And they're like, they come back. And as they're walking by the table, they're like, oh my God, they're laughing. And my mom's like, what happened? You know what I mean? You guys look like you're in a good mood. And they're like, oh, your son Goose is at the bar. Your son Goose is at the bar. He was getting us to drink shots. He was getting us to, he was getting this and he was getting that. And we're all drinking and blah, blah, blah. And my brother Foon goes, son of a bitch. That's when Foon realizes Goose is not driving home. So we were sitting on the other side of the wall from where they were, and we heard in the middle of the meal, we heard Foon go, son of a bitch. And we're like, I wonder what that's about. And my cousin Greg goes, I bet he just found out Goose is in the bar. And then because Greg had gone up to the bar to try to get his daughter was feeling crappy because she needed something in her stomach. So he went up to the bar to go grab some crackers or something. And when he went up there, of course, Goose was like, Greggy, hey, 2 shots. 2 one for me, 1 for Greg. Which, by the way, I think my uncle Steve had to pay the bar tab. I'm not sure.
Oh, shit.
Goose rang up God knows how much money on that bar tab.
So the food at the restaurant plus now the bar tab.
Oh,
Jesus.
And here was the food choices. I thought, how nice they're having this. And I was like, thank God I brought because I have a credit card. I was like, thank God I brought my credit card because I didn't know if my wife, how much money she had. And I know my daughter didn't have anything. And I was like, I'll get everything, for us. And I look and here's the options. And it was chicken Vesuvio. It was 4 cheese stuffed ravioli.
Ooh.
Oh,
It was steak tips on top of some kind of noodles or whatever.
Ooh.
And then there was dessert. And I was like, son of a bitch. And I look at this and I go, this is what's in. So we're not going to pay anything? I was like, oh my God, And I was like, Jesus, how much are they, Jeff says beef stroganoff. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was steak tips.
Yeah, sirloin tips served over some kind of noodle stuff. Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
some sort
and
of a pasta.
it looked good. I didn't have it. I had a little bit of the chicken, and then I had some pasta, or I had some of the ravioli. It was, that's what I had. But because I ordered I saw my wife was ordering the Vesuvio. You know what I mean? And I know she can't, she doesn't eat it all. So I ordered the ravioli, Steve, because I knew I could get some ravioli and have my wife's uneaten plate.
Right.
Because here was what it was: is the chicken was a chicken with a yellow sauce,
Like a hollandaise sauce.
almost, yeah. And it was a seared chicken with like almost a hollandaise sauce, along with potatoes, a garlic something. They took potatoes and then squashed them. They didn't.
Yeah.
They didn't.
Mash them. They sort of they mashed them as in squashed them, and then they were really good. But they weren't mixed. You know what I mean? They were just kind of squashed and stuff, and then there was a vegetable mix that was fantastic. It was broccoli and carrots and
Right.
and it was just different vegetables all mixed together. I thought it was good. I like the vegetables, my favorite part of it, because my wife didn't touch the vegetables, of course. So. She had like 2 bites of the chicken, but yeah, it was really good. So I had a little bit and it was good. And yeah, so I don't know what it cost, but shit,
Damn.
it must have cost a lot. Isn't that crazy? They must have gotten the bill and said, "What the hell is this?" They said, well, "This some crazy asshole." There was some crazy asshole that was buying shots for everybody.
The bar bill was twice as much as the funeral.
The bar bill was $18,000.
You're kidding. No, it wasn't.
No, I don't know what it was, but
I was about to say,
dude, it had to be. I mean, I don't know what the restaurant bill was, but holy shit, it had to be a ton of money. I don't know. I mean, it was, like I said, it was a sad occasion,
Right.
and but it was for my nephew, so I know my uncle.
He went all out.
Yeah, he was going all out. I knew
Right.
it. And but yet because it was the last thing he could do for him, he adored his son. And my aunt adored, I mean, it's just they adored their son. So there was no there was no limit, but I don't know what it cost. Holy shit, I could not imagine. And Goose at the bar, shit.
And Boone and sweatpants.
Oh yeah. And so he walks over. So at the end of the meal, everybody but Goose walks over to see us at our table. And Bodine and Foon are there. And I look at Foon and I go, "Really?" He looks back at me and goes, "What?" And I go, "Really?" I said, "You're the only one." He goes, "What do you mean?" I said, "The kitchen door opened and I saw the fucking dishwasher. He's dressed better than you." The guy that came to sweep up the floor dressed 5 times better than you. He goes, "What?" And then he goes, "Hey, this is upper class stuff I'm wearing." And I'm just like, I go, "Really?" I go, I said, "You're the only one." I go, "You're the only one." And he goes, "What?" And I go, "You're the only one." And I'm looking the whole, I said, 1,000 people. You're the only one. There was one. And he's like, "Well, what are you talking about?" because he was the only one that wore sweatpants. Nobody else wore sweatpants. You know, there's no one. And by the way, they were fancy sweatpants.
Yes, they are. I have several pairs.
They looked almost like postal pants,
Yeah.
but they were
So he stole them
sweatpants.
from Jason before he went up there.
I don't know what it was. It was almost like when he worked for FedEx or whatever, but they sort of looked like they were some type of uniform pants. But when you got close, you realized, oh, they're fucking sweatpants. They had zipped this and zipped that, and I was like, and I looked at the back and I go, they're sweatpants.
Boone would have been more in place if he wore a skirt.
Yeah. He just looked, you know, which I'm sure is going to be a thing with, because my wife and daughter did not wear skirts or dresses. They wore a black top with black slacks. You know what I mean? That's what they wore.
At least they weren't wearing those sweatpants.
No, but I'm saying that's what, and the thing is, I'm talking about my mother. My mom was wearing this dress, and my mom looked good. She was made up though to look good. I mean, she was wearing a really nice dress. I don't know where the hell she got it from. Really nice dress, and her makeup my mother looked beautiful. I will say at the funeral she looked beautiful, but she was wearing a dress, and I'm saying that I'm sure it's coming. Well, I noticed your wife and daughter did not wear dresses. So I know that was probably going to be an issue too. So
considering how your brother dressed like a homeless person,
yeah.
I mean,
but listen, there were no young people wearing no young people were wearing dresses. I should say young people, but like no one under the age of 50 was wearing. My sister was wearing a black slacks. All right. Black slacks with a button-down black blouse. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
And it had big buttons at the end or something. You know, almost like cufflinks. And then my cousin was wearing some sort of brownish top with black slacks. You know what I mean? That's what women were wearing. So, but my mom looked beautiful. But I'm saying that she was judging people for what they were, but people don't, they don't put on dresses and all that stuff to go to funerals anymore, especially when it was raining and you got to walk. Like I couldn't go to the gravesite.
Oh,
because we were going to take my wheelchair out and push me in the grass, So, but my wife and daughter got out and walked, to go to the gravesite.
She's judging what the other women were wearing. Yet
Yes.
this homeless person climbed into the car and went to Chicago with him.
She was judging what they were wearing. Yeah. 100%.
Ray, are you 100% certain Goose was not pre-gaming and faking the scoring on the way up?
Goose was, all I know is he got out of driving. He never had to drive up or back.
He got a free ride up, back, food, and booze.
And he bought shots for every cousin.
No. He didn't buy shots.
And made sure they were drank and didn't pay for any of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
there was a Christmas party we had at a car dealership I worked at once, and the owner paid for everything. He told me a couple of days later that we had ran up a $22,000 bar tab that night.
Yeah. Jesus.
Wow.
Damn.
I don't know what Goose ran up, but Holy shit! It had to be right around there.
And I'm sure there were less people that worked at that car dealership than in your family.
It was crazy. Yeah, so
Because there was
but I
only
don't-
like
but I don't know. Like I said, my mom looked lovely, and so that was nice. But and I don't know if she was mad, but I could tell that she kept looking at, like, she was looking at everyone's pants. You know what I mean? My wife, my daughter, my niece, my sister, my cousin, like a lot of the girls were wearing pants.
Oh, yeah.
And I could tell she was upset that of the way the girls were dressed. Now my one niece,
opinion of this on Thursday.
my daughter my brother Foon's daughter, she wore a black dress. She looked really good. I mean, Brittany, she looked really good, was wearing a dress. But now that I think about it, I think she might have been the only other one wearing it. Well, yeah. It might have been the only one wearing a dress. So it was really something. But I'm sure there will be words about that when I speak to her. But she looked good, you know.
Good.
She looked good.
Your wife always looked classy.
What?
Your wife always looked classy.
Yeah, my wife looked great. Yeah. And my daughter looked beautiful, so you know, but they looked amazing. But I'm just saying, I think my mother was having a problem with the pants. All those girls wearing pants. I don't know what the hell has happened with society.
I went to a funeral yesterday at a Catholic church, and there was women wearing pants there too.
All these women wear all these whores wearing pants.
You seriously think your
So
mother's going there?
No, I don't know. I'm just saying that I don't, and maybe I'm just wrong. Maybe I was reading the whole thing wrong, because I'll talk to her at some point in the next couple of days, and I will make note of whether or not she complains about it. Maybe I'm wrong, because she was looking around and, you know, seemed bothered, and I was just looking around trying to going, well, what the hell? So what would? And I knew she was bothered because it was a sad event. But I don't know what was bothering her. And I came to the conclusion. I came to the conclusion it has to be the pants. But it might have been complete wrong conclusion. It might have been something else. So I'll have to find out what pissed her off. So something pissed her off. I think it was the pants. But like I said, it might have been something entirely different. Because I was just looking around trying to figure out, what is she staring at? So why is she so vehemently affected?
Right.
You know, what is everybody doing in here that's making her so angry? And that's the conclusion. So I looked around and I went, oh, I bet that's what, I bet that's what it is, I might have been wrong. I'll have to wait till I talk to her to find out. So
I still don't get the math on that because it doesn't calculate.
well, it might, like I said, she might have been, and I know she was upset because, well, it was a funeral and she loved my nephew Micah. I mean, he was, when Steve and Annette, my aunt and uncle, when they would go out and stuff, she would watch the kids. They called her, what did they call her? Auntie grandma. I mean, there was something like she was technically their aunt, but more like a grandmother to them. Because like I said, Steve was more like a brother to me than an uncle, which my mom was his older sister, but she was, But there's a big age difference because he was, you know, like my mom and her her sister and brother are right around her age, and then a bunch of years went by, and then they knocked out. Then my grandparents knocked out two
Right.
more kids many years later, and my uncles Michael and Steve. And I think Steve was the accident. Oh shit! I thought we were too old to have kids, and we're gonna have another one. You know. I think that's how that went down, but I don't know.
Right.
So, yeah, but she was definitely judging something and disturbed by it. She's vehemently disturbed by something. Like I said, I looked around. I'm like, what the hell is disturbing her? And I was like, all I noticed was a lot of women wearing pants, and she was wearing a dress. But like I said, my mom looked fantastic. She for being a funeral, and my mom is she's 70 some odd years old, but she really looked good.
Did you tell her that?
No, I didn't. I should tell her.
Oh.
She looked beautiful.
You'll have a chance to tell her when she calls later this week.
Yeah.
He had a complaint.
Well, I'll call her.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, she looked beautiful. So,
because I've come up with about 4 strikes that she could be pissed off at you about.
oh, what do you got? What do you got?
Well, number one is you didn't tell her how she looked, even though she looked wonderful.
I'll have to tell her. Yeah, okay. I'll tell
You
her.
didn't sit. You didn't sit at the table with her.
Well, there were no chairs. Okay.
Your wife and daughter were dressed in pants, not in dresses. Which
Yeah.
didn't make a difference.
Yeah.
And her son was at the bar drinking profusely
And you didn't.
and was supposed to drive home.
That's
Yeah.
not really a strike on Ray, though. That's a strike on Goose.
Yeah.
Well, that would make her
my
think.
brother Foon, my poor brother Foon had to drive home.
Oh, hey,
Well,
here's
he
another
was-
one. You didn't go with them. You went on your own.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, well,
you didn't
wait,
leave
wait.
4:30 in the morning.
Of course, we weren't going to go with them. We weren't all going to fit in her car.
Well, you guys could have left at the same time.
Well, what kind of car does she have?
She's got a Toyota. It's a nice car, but it's a
you
little car.
You are not fitting.
It's a little car,
no.
yeah. And I could have taken my 300, but I didn't drive. But we took my daughter has an SUV. That's what we took.
Right.
So we took my daughter's car up there. You know, we easily could have taken my car, but you know.
You took the fancy one that had a backup camera in it.
Yeah, that's the one we took. We took the one that we put the Recon Tex. By the way, I got to tell you, the first time since Recon Tex put that stuff in her car, oh my God, dude. The backup camera.
Pretty neat, isn't it?
The backup camera. And they put in a brand new radio because the radio that it had was just factory.
Right.
Mhm.
I say radio, but the stereo they put in, holy shit. It sounds amazing. And it was connected to my daughter's phone. So we were listening to my daughter's mix, you know, on the way up and way home, and it sounded amazing. And the backup camera looked good. I'll tell you, Recon Tex is known for detailing and coding and all that stuff. But the aftermarket stuff they do by putting in that stereo, it's amazing. When we backed up, the camera was so cool. You know, it was just awesome. So yeah. So it was pretty cool. So let me plug Recon Tex, 217-670-1132. They can make your vehicle look fantastic with their detailing and all that stuff. But you guys, I'm telling you, if you want any aftermarket stuff done to your car, recon techs, the way to go. That stereo and the backup, I mean, it looks amazing. And I got a chance. I experienced it going up there. It was very cool. And let me plug Just Beds too, because the show's just about over. Just Beds over at 3120 Montvale Drive. Just Beds, 26 years they've been in Springfield. 26 years. Can you believe that? Locally owned. They make decisions right there. Just Beds. That's where you should get a good 8 hours of sleep at night by getting yourself a new bedroom set up at Just Beds. All right, so I think I'm gonna go work out. What do you guys got planned?
Well, Ray, I did. You messaged me about that thing earlier last night.
Yeah.
I do know how to fix that.
Okay, that was good because my daughter's boyfriend, it happened to his X series, Tyler. That's why I asked you.
The X series. That's the disc, the one he has the discs for, or is that the?
Both.
Okay, yeah, I know how to fix that.
Okay, yeah, just send it over to me and I'll pass it along to him. It's her. My daughter's boyfriend has an Xbox X series, and it happened to his. It happened to his Xbox. So
Yeah.
let me know.
Usually-
And he was talking to me last night, and I said, you know what? Let me text a buddy who I know will have an answer, and that's
Yeah,
why I text you.
Usually when that happens, it's because it's installed part of the update, but something happens and it
Yeah.
disconnects and it won't restart.
That's
It's a
exactly
bug.
what it's doing. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll send it over to you here in a little bit.
Thanks, buddy, and I'll pass it on to him, and then he'll understand because he doesn't even know what to do. He took it over to one place to try to get it fixed, and they told him, I don't,
What one place was that?
Well, this one place on Wabash, and so I was saying, well, what you got to do is take it out to Killins, Damien's place.
Oh, yeah.
But he hadn't taken it there yet. It just happened, so he's just now trying to get it fixed. And I said, well, let me send a message to a friend of mine. He might know. So that's why I sent you the message. So.
Yeah, and if worse comes to worse, I mean, you can just shoot me the address. I can meet up with him, see if I can't fix it.
Cool. Yeah. So, it's his Xbox. Either way, yeah, I'll pass along your stuff and then get you guys in touch if it doesn't work or whatever.
Okay.
So, TJ's heading to Mattoon.
I'm heading to Mattoon, unload. That'll probably be it for today.
Did you pick me up some weed?
Steve says Steve wants you to pick him up some weed.
Okay, I'll tell you what, Steve. I'll get you some weed if Christina agrees to inspect your ass bleaching.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
yes.
No.
Come on, Christina.
No.
Christina, this is good math.
If the cleaning lady, she should be the one to
Yeah,
make
you
sure
should
it's clean.
check Steve. You should check Steve. By the way,
Hey, Dan.
even if
Dan said earlier.
even if you say yes, he'll be texting me right after the show. I do not feel comfortable with Christina looking at my ass. I can guarantee you that's what's going to happen. Christina, you got plans today? What are you doing?
Just hanging out at the apartment. Probably gonna play some video games. Practice
Steve?
some MLB so I can whoop his asses.
Oh, boy, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
I know, but it sounded good.
I enjoy your confidence. Steve, what are you doing today?
Oh, same thing I did yesterday. And the day before that, nothing.
So you're going to
Girl,
smoke a bunch of
smoking
weed and do
Yeah.
nothing.
Hey, I got
Try to set the cat on fire.
Yeah.
an idea. Christina, you should see if Shelly wants to make $20.
Yeah, see if we can
Right?
get Shelly to look at that ass.
No.
I look at it every day. Oh, look at that
Say that,
sweet ass. I look at Steve's sweet ass every day. Yeah.
Although I did watch a new movie yesterday that was kind of good, and you might like it.
What'd you watch?
Called Girls Got Balls. And it's kind of like that Yellow Jacket thing. And the way I went to the movie, it's about this volleyball team that gets deserted in this area where these guys run around trying to kill them. And they ended up, it's on Netflix.
That's what you're watching.
Yeah.
That's our Steve right there.
Steve, I'll suggest a show for you. Go watch Cobra Kai.
I've already seen all Cobra
Yeah,
Kai.
Cobra Kai.
Okay.
You know, with Cobra Kai is you watch it and literally you're done.
Yeah.
20 minutes later, you've already watched all 3 seasons.
I've seen the Cobra Kai's. I've seen The Ranch. I've seen Heartland.
Dude, I'll tell you what's good. The Offer.
Oh God, yeah. I want.
Yeah.
The
Come on.
Paramount Plus has a show called The Offer.
hmm
It's unbelievably good,
Great.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Watch The Offer.
By the
Okay.
way, Ray, I watched Strange New Worlds the other day. I went right to Klugies after I bleached Steve's ass. You fucking lied to me, goddammit.
I haven't watched it yet. It literally just came out right before the show, and I just said that. I don't know.
I drove right over to Klugie was like, hey, you want to come over and watch it? I'm like, I'm not even going to say yes. I'm going over there. Sat there for an hour. Good episode, but no one fucking died.
Yeah, nobody dies.
You
They're not
can
gonna-
ask.
They're not going to kill a major character off on episode 3.
I don't know. I figured maybe they would have the cojones to do it. You can ask Klugie. As soon as the episode ended, I was like, God damn it, Ray.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Amanda's like, yeah, you about woke Ben up. No shit, I did.
By the way, it looks like do you see these reports going on that Marvel basically admitted indirectly they admitted that Krasinski is Reed Richards.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. but-
Supposedly his
Yeah.
contract leaked out too, and he did sign up to play Richards in the next Fantastic
Yeah.
Four film.
Yeah, so we'll see. It's kind of interesting.
My question is, who are they going to get to play the Thing? That's the one I'm wondering.
I don't know. Steve, they should get Steve.
Yeah.
Let's send it. Well, let's get a trial video together and send it in for him.
Yeah, we'll get an audition tape. We can have Steve play it. He could be great. You know who the Thing is, Steve?
Yeah.
The Fantastic Four comic?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could. I just think you could play him.
Probably.
Yeah. You got the acting chops.
Oh, yeah. So much.
Hey, I know we're here for a funeral, but I want to get 37 shots for all my cousins.
Wait till the wedding. Wait till he goes to the wedding.
They might not be
Oh,
here
God.
yet, but put those shots out. I'll drink them if they don't show.
Yeah, I agree with you, lady. You're in Jacksonville in a Mercedes. Get out of Jacksonville.
All right, I got to go work out, you guys. Have a great day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. That's it for today's episode of The Morning Disaster. So long, everybody.